Hello there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. I am documenting my journey from the brick and mortar offline traditional corporate America and business world to the online life, living the online business life. And it's a transition like any other. It has ups and downs, highs and lows, great things that happen and devastating things that happen. But it's all a journey, and it's the experience that really counts. So I decided today is day 126. So I decided 126 days ago, probably 127 days ago, that I was going to actually capture and document my journey. And some days have been really good, and some days have been really bad. And I think that that is like anything else in our life. We have highs, we have lows, we have ups, we have downs. It's what makes our life experience so amazing and colorful and exciting. So today I'm thinking about a lot of what's going on. A couple of things. The dogs, I couldn't figure out why they were going crazy last night, and I got no sleep. Well, it turns out one of them, could be both, but one of them for sure ate some dirt, like a pound of this blood and bone broth dirt. Now, I don't know why they put blood and bone in dirt, but I find it really disturbing that there's no warning on the bag that the dogs are going to eat this, because the dog proceeded to get sick and defecate in several places throughout my house. So the son-in-law is now out at the store getting things to clean up and shampoo and fix all the mess that the poor dog is lethargic and not feeling good today. But thank God she's not dead. I don't understand how, number one, I don't understand why she would eat a bag of dirt, but the cats were attracted to it too. So there's obviously something in that bone and blood dirt that attracts the animals and makes them want to eat it. Why is there not a warning on this? I guess maybe people keep dirt in their garage, not where their pets are. Well, apparently that's not how it works in our house. So big mess, big problem with that today. That's one of those life things that's kind of a low, but you just deal with it and you move on. It's like when your kids are sick. What are you going to do? You just take care of it, you love them, and you move on. Same thing with pets. So that was a little weird aside this morning, thus the late start to my video production. Not that it matters. Exciting news, though. I'm back on Facebook Live. Today I was pretty excited to be out of Facebook jail. Again, another silly situation that I am going to do a video about for people, because they asked me to in one of the groups that I'm in. They said, please warn us how to avoid Facebook Live jail. And I've only been in it a couple of times. The first time, I'm sure, was my fault, because I was young and dumb and in a network marketing business, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know anything about sales because I'm an engineer. I never knew how you should or shouldn't sell things, and I was in a network marketing company where they taught you to, get on social media and put your message out there every day and keep putting it out there and repeating it. And so I had hooked up to a Hootsuite account. It's just a posting thing, and I had pre-scheduled posts, and it annoyed a couple of my acquaintances. I'm sure they weren't my friends, because my friends would just ignore it, but somebody must have complained, and I ended up in Facebook jail. So I'll do a little video. I think I'll do a little Facebook Live about that today, because I think that there's terms and conditions in Facebook that we don't even know about. I'm not even going to pretend I know about all the terms and conditions in Facebook, but I do know a couple things that will immediately get your account shut down and frozen for a few days. And one of them is kind of scary. If someone complains about you or says that you're doing unauthorized posting or something, your site or your page or your group can be immediately shut down. Now, how many of us can be massively and devastatingly impacted if our Facebook accounts are shut down? I didn't think I was that dependent on Facebook, and I still got my things done, not to the extent that I like to, but even I realize that I am way more dependent on Facebook than I want to be, and then I should be. I think that we have to remember, if we're building something for our businesses and our lives, we can't have it be 100% dependent on anything outside of us, any other tool, any other system, any other software, any social media platform, or we're going to be in big trouble when something happens that is outside of our control. And guess what? Almost all of it is outside of our control. Not a good position to be in business or in life. So I actually look at this as a blessing. It was 3 days for me to figure out other ways of doing things, have my emergency action plan and my backup plan, and know that I am not 100% dependent on Facebook. Love Mark Zuckerberg, but Zuckerberg, but I'm not going to be 100% dependent on his platform or anyone else's. Now, I'm all in on ClickFunnels, but I know that the skills and the marketing things that I'm learning are transferable skills. So even if ClickFunnels were to go away tomorrow, as much as I love the tool, I know that I could find another way of doing all the things that I'm learning and that I've done in that platform another way. And that's the way we have to be. As much as there's hundreds of thousands of us, I believe now, probably 60, 70,000 of us for sure on a regular user basis, dependent on that tool. If something were to happen to that tool, and ClickFunnels, like every other software, has, outages here and there, minutes here and there. I think the worst was an hour or 3 hours or something. It happens. If your whole life is going to be devastated because a piece of software or a tool you're using is down for 3 hours, you do not have a business, you do not have a life, and you need to rethink that and restructure it so that if it were to go away, you have a backup plan and a way to survive. It's called an emergency action plan. We all need to have them. We all need to have backup plans. I always had them in my brick and mortar businesses, and I always had them in corporate America. And I knew my gut was telling me I needed to have some backups in place. And so when it happens out of the blue, you figure it out. But it's a lot more fun to figure it out if you kind of thought about it and you've got some systems and some ideas of how you're going to handle it in place. So out of Facebook jail, good thing. But again, I know now with 100% certainty that I have a backup way of dealing with things should I be shut down by Facebook again. I also am working on a major change of direction. Not because I want to and I'm not passionate about what I was working on, but for reasons outside of me, I have to do something different. And so I met with my coach yesterday and we had a good discussion on that. So this weekend, I am doing some massive just shifting in my focus. It's all still me. It's all still things I've been doing, but I'm just shifting exactly what I'm going to do for the short term until I can go back to really doing what I want to do in the long term and how I want to serve people in the long term. And again, another one of those challenges today. This week was a big week of personal life and business life challenges. And we have those. And guess what? We survive them. So I'm working on that as well today. I will also be doing a webinar for my restaurant and bar customers, narrowing it down, whatever, for them, because I have an incredible offering that I need to get out into their hands. It's been sitting and I've been stewing on it way too long. I'm like, why am I doing this? Because it could help so many restaurants and business owners. Why am I not getting it out there faster? So I need to really get on that today. And being in Facebook jail meant I couldn't do any B Lives. Bummer, right? So there's another tool that I have to figure out. I could have done Zooms. So that's my next thing. I'm going to figure out and get really good at doing Zoom because I need a backup platform. I guess I could have done Zoom. I don't know why I didn't. It was my excuse to figure out other ways of doing things. So I'll figure out how to do a Zoom today, maybe. I'll do a Zoom webinar today. I'm hoping I have enough bandwidth and enough internet service here. I found that with Webinar Jam and the other platforms, I can't do it. My internet bandwidth, I think they said it was, or the speed or something, they actually refunded my money because it wouldn't work. So I need to figure out that. But I think I can do Zoom, but I might not be able to do Zoom and share my screen and record it all at one time. So then that means that a lot of my webinars will just have to be live, and if you don't catch it live, you don't catch it. That might be the way that I get people to actually show up because there won't be a replay. If I can't do a replay, it's like I do a recording on Camtasia with a PowerPoint, but that's not the same thing as recording the live event. So I'll figure it out. There's always a way. One thing I have learned in my life of many years, there's always a way. There's always a way to get what you want done if you're open to looking for it and seeing it. It might not always seem like it at the time. Sometimes we feel like we're in a box and we can't figure things out, but we always figure them out. We always survive. We've got, 100% survival rate so far, right? If you're listening to me right now, you have lived through 100% of the days that you've been on the planet. And guess what? That's a pretty good track record, right? So if you're ever feeling down or like things aren't working out for you, just remind yourself of the fact that you're still here. I do that a lot, like every single day. So that's what I'm working on today. That is plenty. Go out and make it an awesome day. And I will see you tomorrow with another little updated episode of what I am up to, what's working, what's not. I did listen to a lot of very interesting trainings and strategies because I'm like every other entrepreneur. I'm always on the lookout for things that will make my life and my business better, especially as I'm new to the online world. There's so much out there, and it's so easy to get sidetracked into other directions. But the bad thing was this week I was actually looking for another direction. So it gave myself permission to look at some shiny objects. And there's no shortage of them out there. There's so many things that you can do. But I think it's about mapping out your strategy, picking a path. And when you know where you're going, it's easy to decide what things fit into your path and what things don't. And if you don't do that, you're forever bouncing around like a pinball in a pinball machine, if they still have those, and just bouncing around and not really getting anywhere until you fall down that hole and either you score or you don't. So that was a very weird pinball reference. I'm kind of apologizing in advance for that. I don't even know what made me think of pinball machines or pachinko machines. If anybody knows what those are, they're a Japanese game. I think they brought those to America in probably the 90s. I'd better stop talking, although you can see how old I am if you're watching my video. But if you're just hearing my voice, maybe you don't know how old I am. That's it. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow with another little episode of my new adventure. Have a great day. Bye.